Are you thinking of moving to Seguin, Texas? Seguin is one of the most popular and most affordable up-and-coming areas around San Antonio and Austin. It is a outstanding little town with a freaking awesome little downtown. I mean, take a look at this. I mean, just kind of your classic Texas downtown right here. And what better person to tell you about it than me? I grew up here, graduated from Seguin High School not too long ago, and this place is changed a lot, but it is going in a really, really good direction. So we're going to get into all of that today. We're going to talk about where it's located in relation to San Antonio and Austin. We're going to talk about what exactly you can do here, why you would want to live here, maybe why you wouldn't want to live here, and some of the negatives about the city. And we're going to get into some different neighborhoods as far as real estate prices. And I'm going to take you all around the city just to show you exactly what you can be expecting when you move to an awesome town like Seguin, Texas. There you go. So one of the major things that makes Seguin stand out is its location. So it is located just east of San Antonio. It literally takes probably 30 to 45 minutes to get to anywhere in San Antonio. It's also about 45 minutes out of Austin. My mom, whenever we were growing up, she worked in Austin, commuted there every day. It wasn't the best commute, but she was able to do it. So there's a lot of people that move here from Austin and San Antonio and commute to both ways. It's also one of the most popular areas for people that can't afford to live in New Braunfels to move to. New Braunfels is getting pretty outstanding as far as, prices, going up like crazy for housing. And so a lot of people are trying to, find areas that are close to New Braunfels, but are a little bit more affordable. And Seguin kind of fits that bill quite a bit, especially with a lot of the construction that's going on between Seguin and New Braunfels as far as like new home developments and everything. So that is kind of a prime reason for why Seguin is growing so much, is its location. Now real quick, before we get into why you want to live in Seguin, Texas, be sure to reach out if you have any questions at all. Save my number right here. If you are moving to Seguin or anywhere else in the San Antonio area, I've lived here my entire life. I absolutely love it here, and I would love to help you make that move to Seguin or to anywhere in San Antonio area. I've done it to a ton of people in recent years, and I absolutely love my job, love what I do. So reach out if you have any questions whatsoever. There are a ton of reasons that you want to live here in Seguin, other than it being the home of the world's largest pecan. Big one for me is the downtown area. I love coming downtown for a personal reason that I'll tell you here in just a second, but there's a lot of stuff going on downtown. I mean, right back there's a little Christmas shop. We got the Seguin Beauty School across the street that a lot of people come to. A couple sushi places. You got Ebby Sushi, and then back over that way you have Eitan. So Eitan's a really nice place, but one of the biggest reasons that I like to come downtown specifically is for Burnt Bean Barbecue right there. Burnt Bean Barbecue is the #4 rated barbecue joint in the entire state of Texas, and I bet you they're going to get even higher than that in the next go around. They just got named a finalist for the James Beard Award, which is a chef's award, not just a barbecue award nationally. It's just an outstanding culinary achievement to be nominated, even just nominated for James Beard, but they're the finalists. They're going here pretty quick to that. We got an awesome courthouse downtown. I mean, you got lots of little shops. You got Gift and Gourmet. You got just down that way, you got Starkey Furniture. I mean, you got all kinds of different places just in this downtown. I mean, it is literally your classic quintessential Texas small town downtown area. It's really hard to beat, and there's a downtown committee that's specifically for developing this downtown area, and it's going to make even bigger strides down the road too. It's got a couple of antique shops, and you have the Palace Theater, an old movie theater that they occasionally still have stuff at, but you also got the Central Park area down there, back there where I was just at a minute ago, showing you guys the fountain. But anyways, like I said, biggest thing downtown, Burnt Bean Co. Barbecue. It's classic right there. Another major draw is the affordability of Seguin. So Seguin is one of the very few places that you can actually still get homes under $300,000 in the San Antonio area. So as we all know, San Antonio prices have gone up like crazy. I mean, it's been like that all over the country, right? San Antonio median price is still around that mid 300s, but in Seguin, out of over 400 homes sold in the last 6 months, you're looking at a little over 300,000 for the median price point, right at 305. And on top of that, over half of those are actually new construction housing developments. So that means quite a bit for people that are looking to get into a brand new home. They don't have to go buy an old rundown home to get into a home that's $250,000. You can get that in Seguin for a brand spanking new home. There's a ton of new developments coming in. That's another big thing with Seguin, is that the neighborhood and the area itself is very, very prone to development. I mean, it's very flat, lots of neighborhoods that can go in. It's good and a bad thing, right? But there's over 20 new home developments currently going in. There's over, I think, 15,000 residential units whenever you look at including apartments and everything as well. So you have just a ton of options for affordable housing in Seguin, which is one of the few things that you can get anywhere else. I mean, you can't find homes under 300,000 hardly anywhere, especially good quality homes like a new build. And even at that, you still can get new construction under 300,000. That median price point's including all of the construction, but you have over 280 homes that are part of that 400 that are the the total number of homes that have sold in the last 6 months. So you're looking at new builds, you're looking at over 230 that are currently on the market right now that are available to purchase, and over 100 of those are under 300,000 still. So that's not just stuff that was in the past 6 months. Another big plus to Seguin is that it is one of the only places in San Antonio where you can actually get a waterfront house. Now, the Guadalupe River, beautiful river running right behind us, it's normally a little greener, a little clearer, but it's we just got like 3 or 4 inches of rain in the last 3 days. But there's a lot of waterfront property here. There's Lake Placid, Lake McQueenie, Guadalupe River itself, so that you can buy property just about the entire length of it, all the way up to New Braunfels, and it's kind of lined with houses. One of the few areas that you can actually do that. You know, up in San Antonio and Canyon Lake, the lake itself is very rocky. There's waterfront property, but it's all well over $1 million to get something like that. Here it kind of starts at around 700,000. So you can get a riverfront house with a boat dock, put the ski boat, put the fishing boat, whatever you want on your property, and you have it for 700,000 and up. So that is very, very hard to come by around here, around San Antonio area anyways. The other big thing too is with all this, it has a ton of parks. So I'm in one of the parks right now. I'm in Max Starkey Park. I mean, you can see the river right here. It runs straight back up here. There's picnic tables all up along it. There's a big picnic table area across the street right back there. We're at the golf course. I drove through the golf course to get here. The park with the big playground is across the street. There's a Little League fields over there. There's trails going all through there. There's a disc golf course. There's just anything you can imagine. Big pavilion with basketball courts. I mean, it is massive. It is huge. It's these big pecan bottoms where you can go walk your dogs, just go walk, just get out and enjoy nature. It's right close to downtown as well. You have some other parks too around Seguin too. You have the Walnut Springs Park and the public library that's right next to downtown. I mean, the public library is brand spanking new. I mean, just within the last few years, I believe. Really, really super nice. It's really big too. Walnut Springs Park is a great place for pictures, just hanging out. It's a little bit smaller. It's more for like a picturesque setting than anything. You really want to get out and enjoy nature, Starkey Park's the place to be. It's a big draw for a lot of people around here just because it is the largest park anywhere near here. I mean, it's close to size as Atlanta Park. I mean, it doesn't have quite the playgrounds and the amenities that Atlanta Park has, but it's close to it. Just up the road also from here, going back towards downtown, you got the Coliseum as well. You got the big volleyball courts. There's a volleyball league that plays here every year. It gets pretty intense, and there's quite a bit of people that get into it. So if that's something you're interested in as well, great place to make friends and meet other people in the community. Another big deal is the shopping in Seguin. Now, it's not anything like New Braunfels or San Antonio or Austin, don't get me wrong, but for being a small town of like 30,000 people, it still works. I mean, we just opened up a Boot Barn. There's a Ross and Marshalls that's getting ready to open if they haven't opened already. H-E-B got completely rebuilt maybe a few years ago. Big Walmart, of course, and then you still got the other things like D&D, which is a huge Western wear store, and then some of the other little just mom and pop boutiques kind of around downtown as well. Like I mentioned, the Gift and Gourmets and Southern Good and those types of different places. A couple things that I failed to mention about downtown Seguin is that Seguin was named one of the top 15 places that is overlooked and under the radar for entrepreneurs in the entire country, mainly because of the efforts of the Downtown Seguin Committee, Main Street Committee. I don't remember what it's called now. I should probably look that up. Anyways, Burnt Bean opening up, Seguin Coffee Co., Seguin Brewing Company, the Backyard, which is just near downtown. It's a big food truck park, a lot of other things going on there. But they just had a big country concert also with Tracy Lawrence, who's a big national name. All those different little shops and things just makes Seguin a really good environment for entrepreneurs to open their own little shop, open their own little business. So just wanted to make a quick stop, kind of show you guys the newest attraction. So this is Schultz's Pit Room. Schultz's Pit Room is the latest barbecue attraction to jump into Seguin. Seguin is becoming a barbecue hub for a lot of people. We got Burnt Bean, you got Schultz's Pit Room, you got Johnny's Barbecue, Davila's, and then you got the True Texas at H-E-B. I mean, True Texas, H-E-B kind of probably on the bottom of the list, but those four big barbecue places make Seguin a very, very popular barbecue spot for a lot of people to come from all over the country, all over Texas to try it out. Burnt Bean, I know, has brought people from literally all over the world, and it's what makes Seguin, a really hot spot right now as well, because it does have a lot of stuff that is, like I said, up and coming. We've never been the one to have a lot of, things to do, right? We go to New Braunfels, we go to San Antonio, we go to Austin if we're doing something, going out in the evenings, going out to a bar, just going out for the night, going dancing, all those kind of things. Not really any big places to do that in Seguin unless you have the occasional, dance at KC Hall for, a benefit or fundraiser or something. So we typically go to New Braunfels and other places for that. But Seguin does have a decent amount of stuff to do. I mean, you have the lakes and the rivers that you can go out on. Lake McQueen's private, but the Guadalupe River, Lake Placid, all of that, that's all public access. So you can go, dip your toes in the water tube, do whatever you want to do down there. I have a friend that has a boat. You can kayak, paddleboard, all that stuff. Of course, you got Starkey Park. You have the shopping that's here. You have the Ross, Marshalls, the Boot Barn, the D&Ds. You also have, just the good old small town attractions, right? You have the July 4th parade. You have the Christmas parade. You have the downtown farmers markets and trade days. So those are the little things that Seguin itself has to offer. Shopping. We also have Home Depot too for all your, home goods stuff and home improvement projects. But not really a big attractor for that kind of thing. But anyway, Seguin is known for its big small town stuff. If you're going out to do anything else, you're probably going to go out to New Braunfels or San Antonio or Austin. So I like to be honest with you guys, right? So I've talked a lot about everything that's great about Seguin, everything that Seguin has going for it, but I want to give you some cold, hard, honest facts about things that are maybe not as good about Seguin. The first thing of that is that specifically Seguin is not the hub of things to do. Like I've already mentioned, you're going to go to New Braunfels, to San Antonio, to Austin for doing all those things. However, it is a growing spot that I feel like is going to get more and more attractiveness for businesses and entrepreneurs and things that come through. I mean, we got ZDT's amusement park, which is great for kids. I mean, we have the Texas Axe Holes, which is an axe throwing place. We have a few. I mean, there's a few of those little things like that have come to Seguin that are growing the popularity of things to do in Seguin. The other thing is the school district. So Seguin ISD is not the highest rated school. Now, Seguin is a very, very popular school district within the city itself. Very, very large school district. I mean, I'm sitting here in the high school parking lot right now. I get ready to talk to you guys about the high school. There's plenty of stuff that is done. Brand spanking new high school, right? I mean, you can see that. You can see the brand spanking new high school. It's pretty well obvious that they're investing into the education system here. Ratings may not have caught up as well, but they're doing a lot to improve that. Other thing is that you may hear from different places, and it's like any city, that crime is a little bit higher in certain areas, and that's like any place you go, right? So whenever you do your research, you just make sure that you're comfortable with, whatever neighborhood you're going to get in. Now, I will say this. I grew up here, lived here my entire life. I survived. So if that tells you anything, I mean, I feel like I turned out okay. So anyways, now let's get into the school. Since we are sitting in the school parking lot, why don't we talk about the Seguin ISD a little bit? So they are doing, like I said, huge investments. This massive football stadium that they just built. They just built this brand new high school. They have this huge. Oh, can you see it? Oh man, it's right behind that tree. Okay, we'll get out and look at it. Here, hold on. All right, there. So you can see the massive jumbotron that they added to the football field here, and they just passed a bond literally like a couple weeks ago that they're going to get a brand new baseball and softball facility. So they are investing a lot. The community is investing a lot into Seguin ISD. You compare it to Navarro ISD. Navarro ISD has always had higher ratings, so it's got a lot more going to it now. But let's talk about Navarro ISD now. Now, Navarro ISD is the second school district within Seguin city limits, right? So Seguin ISD is the larger school district, kind of takes up Seguin proper, and Navarro School District takes up the area just north of I-10, essentially, kind of the area that is, you'd call Geronimo as the city. But basically all these new subdivisions out here, and a lot of the older ones that are kind of more well-established, more custom homes, that's Navarro ISD. So I'm sitting outside Navarro High School right now, so it's pretty solid. Pretty solid school. You can see a little bit better there. That's anyways. sitting back here, just chat a little bit about schools. I mean, very highly rated schools. A lot of people move from Seguin ISD into Navarro ISD. And like I mentioned, Seguin is making strides to get a lot better with their ratings and things, and they're putting a lot into the school. So I expect those ratings to go up quite a bit here in the very near future. But Navarro has always been king whenever it comes to ratings, whenever it comes to being in Seguin. They're getting ready to do a new football stadium. It's actually going to be right across the street. See that big cornfield over there? So that big cornfield you look at is going to be the new high school facilities, new football stadium, a whole bunch of new stuff that they're going to put in. I believe the old high school is going to turn into, maybe a middle school or something like that. But anyways, lots of big things coming from Navarro ISD, especially with all this growth. I mean, you got all these master plan communities we're driving by out here in the middle of these cornfields, and there's many more to come, I promise you that. So they need a lot more space. So now we're here in the Royal Ranch. You can see behind me this freaking awesome pool, amenity center, playground. Houses in this neighborhood kind of start in the mid 200s. So you're looking at some of the most affordable homes in all of the San Antonio area, and for some really high quality amenities. This is one of the most popular neighborhoods in the San Antonio area right now, and especially in Seguin. It's right across the street from Vogel Elementary, D.R. Horton community. They do their communities extremely well. There's a lot of resales in this community, and as well as a lot of new builds left in this community. So there's still lots of opportunities to get in here. Just south of Seguin, and it's actually on the San Antonio side of Seguin. So if you're commuting to San Antonio, this is a pretty good spot for that too. You just jump right on Interstate 10 and you head straight up to San Antonio. Makes for an easy commute. Like I said, mid 200s, pretty hard to beat. Now, next community we're going to take a look at is going to be Village at Mill Creek. This is out in Navarro ISD, and we're going to have a little bit higher priced homes up there, but a lot higher quality homes with Perry Homes. So that was our little drive through the village of Mill Creek. So as you can see, a little bit different than a Royal Ranch. Perry Homes builds an outstanding home, a lot higher quality, as you can see. They're kind of on the upper end of the production builders in the San Antonio area for sure. Perry Homes has been here in Mill Creek for a while now. I can remember probably 10, 15 years ago, some of these houses were built just on the other section up the other way, right where we turned in off the highway. So Mill Creek Crossing was another section. This is the village of Mill Creek. You can see the super modern homes, very, very nice styles. I mean, still a production neighborhood, smaller lots, but you get a really, really high quality home inside and out. I'll show you some pictures of the inside of some of these homes as well. But looking at prices, you're at $400 to basically like $625. You can find some smaller homes for a little bit under $400, like that $380 and up price point. But overall, you're looking $400 to $600. Really high quality homes. Like I said, I've shown you a couple of these. They're really, really nice, and in the Vero School District. Now we just left Village of Mill Creek, headed just right down the road to Hannah Heights. So one of the great things about Hannah Heights, where we're at now, is that they got multiple builders, unlike some of these other neighborhoods like Perry and Royal Ranch with, D.R. Horton. They are all one builder in the neighborhood. Hannah Heights has 3 different builders. They have Kindred Homes, Castle Rock, and Hakes Brothers. All 3 of those very, very good quality, probably middle of the road builders as far as production value goes, and quality compared to say the Perrys and the D.R. Hortons. I mean, D.R. Hortons probably middle of the road as well. I would say this neighborhood is probably a step above the D.R. Hortons. So price point starting at the high 200s, going all the way up to the 500s. I mean, small houses, great starter homes, as well as big, large family homes for your growing families. If you got 3, 4, 5 kids, I mean, they got everything you need here. No amenities, but really, really good quality houses you've seen, and really, really good quality neighbors. I've sold a couple houses in here, so I can tell you that from a personal aspect. Now next, we're going to go take a look at some of these riverfront communities. We're going to go look at some of these that are on the Guadalupe River over at Parkview Estates over just south of downtown. We're going to go look at Lake Placid. We're going to look at, and that was Pecan Cove in Lake Placid, and then we're going to go look at Treasure Island and Wood Lake over at Lake McQueeney. All of these communities, super, super nice communities, all have waterfront properties available. We're going to show you a decent amount of those. Price point's going to be kind of going all the way up to, like starting at around that $400 or $500 for stuff that's not a waterfront community. Older homes for sure, but especially over at Parkview Estates, you can actually get some down in the 300s for sure in that neighborhood. Older homes, smaller homes in there, but anything that's on the water, you're looking at 700 starting point. If you can find anything that starts at 500, it's probably going to need some work, probably going to be smaller. It's possible, but it's just very, very unlikely. 700 is kind of your starting point for waterfront property. But let's take a look at some of these real quick. As you can see, there's some beautiful homes out there on the riverfront. So they are just massive in a lot of ways and just have great, just awesome opportunities for being right there on the waterfront. Not too many of those things around San Antonio, like I've mentioned before. So if you guys have liked any of this video that you've seen so far, I want you guys to hit that subscribe button. I'm doing more and more videos just like this, going through all the areas of San Antonio, talking to you about everything you need to know about San Antonio. And of course, if you have any interest at all in moving to Seguin or anywhere in the San Antonio area, like I said, save this number right here. Message me, call me, email me anytime, day or night. Let me know if I can help you guys move to San Antonio area or to Seguin specifically. And until the next video, we'll see y'all there.